Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Lights Out Racing's Non-Assist League Round 6. And for this Round 6, on this Tuesday night, we are in Belgium at the most famous of tracks, Spa. I'm excited to be here. It's a beautiful day. All our racers are excited to be here. And as always, I'm joined by Biggles on the pit wall. We'll catch up with him later. And as always, my good friend and buddy, Nihai. Interesting tidbit for this week is Nihai is a Swahili term in Africa for quicksand, where it's so deadly that any animal or human which gets caught up to it, up to the knees, it's inescapable, and they slowly are swallowed up and die. So that's your tidbit for this week. And how are you doing, Nihai?
Doing well. I'm surprised as you, as my friend, aren't shriveling up and dying right now.
Yeah, well, kind of like quicksand, Spa is a track. It's the longest track on the circuit in the F1 calendar. And there are a lot of hidden downfalls that you can come through it. And obviously the most famous one is Eau Rouge. So,
may I just jump in and say that tracks are paved and quicksand is not paved. Not pavement.
Thank you very much. But there is a gravel trap. There's a gravel trap.
It has sand in it.
There's a gravel trap. So I've heard a rumor that if you crash off of Eau Rouge, there is quicksand down the hill. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But
maybe they can implement that as a new safety measure.
Yes, that probably would.
Gravel.
Yeah, probably
stop
would be.
It faster.
Yes.
Possible. Anyways, I'll be here as a third/fourth person today.
All right. Sounds good. We have 11 drivers on the grid so far. We should expect, I believe, 2 more to come during qualifying. Unfortunately, they have been delayed. But qualifying's already started, as you can see, and we have our first few drivers out on the lap. Duck Lovers is on his first hot lap, and most everyone's on the soft tires, a couple mediums and one on hard. Let's kind of go down to the pit wall with Biggles and see what he's hearing strategy-wise from the teams down there. Biggles, you there?
Hi, welcome. Yes. I'm glad to be back here in Belgium again for the last race of the 2019 season. So this is the last time that we'll be seeing these guys racing around this track in this game. So obviously we're all looking forward to the new game, and I can't wait myself. As for strategies, well, it'll be interesting to see what times that some of these guys are going to set, because we do have only 11 people on the grid. So possibly you might see a couple of guys starting on the mediums to try to get to a little bit of a strategy. So possibly even the hards. I think the hards obviously is going to lose too much time. But it'll probably definitely be softs and mediums, unless the guys on the softs just are far too quick, the difference between that and the medium. So let's see.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you. I know I raced on this track here on Saturday in our assist league, and nearly everyone did a soft to medium strategy. I think medium to soft is also possible. And you could see some people go for that. As we already have a few of our lap times on the board. FST, 3-time race winner, sets a 1:43.5, and that's a pretty good time. I believe in our assist league, the pole position as Duck Lovers is off the track and he retires. That he lost it on his in lap, and that is not good for him. But he did set a time of 1:44.8. We'll see where that ends up. Let's see here. Let's go on board with Ionize as he's on his outlap. As I was saying, 1:43.5 is a pretty good time, and we'll see if that could be beat. Ramacron's obviously the name that everyone will look to match that. Alex is another name. Unfortunately, Secret, the other McLaren driver, is unable to be here tonight, and he's also one of the top drivers in this category. But coming back to you, Nihai, I know you had a short but eventful outing on Saturday. Kind of, what are your thoughts on Spa and some of the things that these drivers will be looking out for?
Well, it wasn't a rouge for me, but that definitely is the number one issue to make for these drivers to make it through, because that's, I think, is the most obvious place for them to go off the track here. But there's a lot of high-speed corners with walls that are very close, which was my undoing. So watching the exit of those corners, making sure you don't go wide, especially since they're so high speed. I know just the smallest amount of wing damage can be pretty significant with your speed through these corners. So reducing damage and just praying as you go through a rouge that you don't spin out, I think is the key here.
One thing that I've kind of experienced is that, a lot of times people practice on their hot lap setups, which is low fuel, and as soon as you have a full fuel load in your car, let's try to say that 3 times. Trying to go up a rouge is a whole different story because you have all that extra weight, and the back end of the car wants to step out on you. So I don't know how much these guys have practiced, in career mode or even kind of single player Grand Prix, but that's good practice to have, especially on a tricky sections of track like this.
Yeah.
Guys, I've managed to catch up of Duck Lovers down in the pit lane after he's crashed out. So do you want to see if we can hear from Duck Lovers about what happened with his lap?
All right, yeah. Thank you, Bagels. Duck Lovers, you said a pretty decent first lap time. You have to be happy that you got that in, but on your in lap, back to the pits, what happened?
I wouldn't call it a good lap for first lap. It was second down with what I can do. But I was just testing out that little turning area, see what the limits I could push in the current track conditions, and then coming out of, I get where you come out left, the back end just flung out, and there's nothing you can do once you lose the car. And it just drifted into the wall and popped the front wheel off.
Yeah, they, no traction control. You gotta be careful on the accelerator, for sure. So I don't know if you've had a chance to look at the weather forecast, but are you expecting any? Is your team expecting any rain for the race tomorrow or later this
Nope,
evening?
it's supposed to be bone dry the whole time.
Well, I'm sure most of the drivers around here are very happy to hear that. I know last week we had a wet race in Mexico, I think for Assist 2, which was very entertaining, but I think most drivers prefer a dry track. Well, thank you very much, Duck. Kind of what's your strategy? One last question before you head out. What is your strategy for the race? As it looks like we have a all boy going very slowly. But what's your strategy for the race? Softs to mediums is your plan?
Soft to mediums if the tires last. I don't know considering what happened in Assist 1 race, it seems to me that between your practice sessions you can do and by yourself and time trial is completely different than what we're doing in this, because the track conditions on Assist 1 were horrible and the tire wear was way higher, so we'll see what happens on the first several laps and see if I can survive.
Yep. Gotta be careful not to burn out those tires without the traction control assist. Well, thank you very much for your insights, and maybe we'll meet up with you later in the race or after the race. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, well, that was Duck Lovers, and let us go aboard on FST. It looks like he has just started a hot lap, our current provisional pole sitter. Down the long straight, the Kemmel straight. Tough.
Using all of the curves.
Yes, and you kind of have to do that, and but keep the back end stable. It's easy to lose the back of the car and lose grip if you mount those curbs too highly.
Doing a good job of it so far.
Yes, very tricky set, less combos there, very tricky set of corners, and then now it's a slight lift and then pedal to the metal, sweeping left-hander. This is probably the most exciting and fun part of the track to drive. Once again, high up on the curves again on the left. Ionides gets out of the way, brakes slightly early here, turn in, and then it's crucial to get a good exit out of that corner because you carry that speed all the way down through Blanchimont to the bus chicane. And we'll see how he does with his times once we have some parts on the track. Getting up on those curbs, turning in, and then it's hard to get the accelerator down as quickly as you want, as he goes a 1:43.1, 4/10 improved. Very nice lap. Let's quickly go down to Ramacron. He is up a 10th in Sector 1.
Is
Not-
that up a 10?
Oh.
Ooh, he lost the back end. I was gonna ask. It doesn't really matter too much anymore after that slide. Up a 10th on his personal best, or up a 10th on provisional pole.
Personal best.
Gotcha.
So he's about even after he lost the rear just slightly, trying a little bit too eager. But you really can gain a couple tenths here if you get this section right. The bus stop chicane. If you time that perfectly, you get a huge jump on your opponent as he improves his time slightly, but still 4/10 off of FST. All right.
Ooh, yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to find who's next. We got 5 minutes left in the session.
So, yeah, about one more time. I don't know if there's going to be much. There might be just enough time for Ramacron to get a new set of tires on and back out there and running, but we shall see. Trying to look to see if there's anyone. All Boy is the only one that outlap currently.
So yeah, guys, down pit lane, obviously it looks like everybody's going to start on the softs apart from Pineapple in the racing point. So that team's decided to take a different strategy. He is the only racing point driver.
He is.
So yeah, so that looks like they're going to start on the medium. So
All
we'll
right.
see how his pace goes, and obviously how much further into the race he can get.
He has yet to set a time, so I'm not exactly sure what his plan is there. Maybe he's happy to start 11th with his tire choice. But a little surprising from him. But I think all of us, this is the last, as mentioned earlier, this is the last race in F1 2019. So I know a lot of drivers are eager to, I know some have probably already uninstalled F1 2019, and they're eager to get their foot down on learning and mastering F1 2020, as All Boy, trying to start his hot lap, gets a little sideways, as Ionides goes third fastest with a 1:44.6. But I think the new game should be a lot of fun. The two new tracks, Vietnam and Netherlands, should be interesting challenge to learn, and I'm looking forward to it. Supposedly the ABS is easier to use than the current game, so you might see some more drivers who are willing to take the jump to not use ABS, and new challenge, new drivers. We'll see about that. What are you guys looking forward to most about the new game coming out next week?
Honestly, I wasn't gonna buy the game until they announced my team. When they announced that, as Dirty Pineapples loses the back end, coming out of La Sauce, I am just very, very excited for my team. Just absolutely renewed my interest. Ooh, and he's losing it.
Dirty
Straight
Pineapples.
into the wall goes Pineapples. I am surprised that isn't his session over.
Yes, that is.
Seriously, how did he not retire?
That is surprising indeed. Lit up the rear tires, and he's going to have no wing Stay
More
out of the
content
way.
behind it on the wall for my DNF.
Yes, the game's a bit interesting. Sometimes it doesn't
Ooh.
take much.
Izzy, pole position, has left the session. Not retired, just left the session, so there might be connection issues, and he is joined back.
Let's
So
go.
just connect.
Ramacron is kind of racing.
Oh, and there goes Pineapples again, and now he's lost it. Now his wheels comes off, and he is out.
That almost looked purposeful.
Yeah, it kind of did.
Having no wing is it's a tough car to drive. See if Ramacron can make it to the checkered flag before the time runs out. Looks like he's going pretty quickly in order to accomplish that.
Should be able to. Does he have damage or anything? No, he's good.
Yeah, FTC Izzy just said he had a internet connection error, so let's hope that's just a one-time glitch and it doesn't happen during the race.
Yes, I hope we can get back in here pretty quickly. Don't need any lobby issues. Let's hope they fix that.
Yeah. Speaking of things that I'm most looking forward to in F1 2020.
Well, it's not
a decent
guaranteed.
multiplayer lobby.
You read my mind. I was just about to say the exact same.
I think you might have to pay extra for that. You know,
It's only in the Schumacher edition.
yeah. As
built
Alex is able to start his hot lap. Ramacron as well. As Allboy retires, he's happy with his P9. Alex retires. Must have messed up Sector 1. As Ramacron is approaching the end of Sector 1. He is down 1/10 of a second. That is not good at all. Mounts the curb slightly. Oh, that's going to be the end of his effort.
I would not be surprised if he just pulls aside and retires, and it looks like that's what he's doing at the moment. Although no, he's purposely gone into the wall now. He's trying to retire it. And there he is on the edge of the circuit.
All right, so ice at 10.
Team won't be happy about having to build a new wing.
He's up a second, and I don't think his time is going to make too much of a difference. Let's check on here with Camel. Mounts the curbs well. And stays 8th with that time. And I believe that will be the end of well, we have Ara.
How's his time?
He is up 3/10, and he'll need to gain another 2/10 to catch Allboy in 9th. We shall see if he can do that. Trying to get in a straight line as quickly as possible. And improves by 3/10, but not quite enough to move up a spot. Stays in P10. And that will be the end of qualifying. So, there's our current grid. FST takes pole. Ramacron in second. Ionides in third. Alex in fourth. That is our front 2 rows for the race.
Okay, guys, and I managed to catch up with Pineapple after his crash. So he's the second driver at crash in qualifying. Pineapple, did you want to tell us quickly what happened?
I invalidated my lap, and I knew I didn't have enough time to pit and go back out, so I said bonsai.
So I know you're on the medium tires there, where you're trying to set your lap. Is any exact strategy that you have planned for the race, or?
I was hoping to run the mediums, try to stay out there a bit longer, and hope at the end I can have fresher tires.
Okay. Well, that's.
And I also, for the first 8 minutes, had my DRS wasn't working.
Oh, well, gotta love the game for that.
Yep.
All right. Well, best of luck in the race. We'll see how your alternative strategy works. So good luck. Thanks for your time.
I didn't want to interrupt or anything, but I could not really hear you. You hear Pineapple, sorry.
Oh, that probably is on.
I think that's on your end.
Yeah, he was loud and clear for us. So,
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
all right. I know these guys are probably looking forward to the summer break. July 4th is next week. I'm excited to celebrate, see some family, shoot some fireworks off. I hope you guys, everyone on the stream, has some fun plans, at least if you're in the United States. But as it looks like everyone is on the grid and the formation lap has started.
We just heard from down in the pit lane for the Red Bull team. I believe that there might be a little bit of rain towards the end
Really?
of this. So let's see how that weather will pan out. So thank you for the Red Bull team. And obviously, they've got all the equipment. They've got guys positioned all around the track there, trying to gather any bit of possible weather forecasts. And we know this is a very long track as well. So we've seen before in the past that it can start raining in one part of the track and be dry in the other. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Yep. If it starts to rain, it's a very hard track to time the tire change well, because you're out there for so long that a lot can change in the 2 minutes that a lap time could come up to if there's a little bit of water lying around. So if there is rain, it's going to be key to time that properly, and you can gain a lot of time if you're able to do that. Take some risks potentially. We shall see. As the drivers are doing their best to warm up the tires. Looks like everyone's going for softs today. So Pineapple was saying he might want to do mediums, but it is softs
It's
for
just
everyone.
really weird. I'm doing practice graphics for the broadcast for the 2020 season broadcast, and Twitch just split up my broadcast for some reason. Like right when qualifying ended, it ended my stream, and when the race part began, it resumed my stream. But I never clicked stop stream.
Well, it's not only the game that Codemasters isn't the only company that is known for having fun errors with their coding.
Mm-hmm.
As it looks like
I might leave at some point just to try and get things sorted.
that's all right. Thanks for your input, and we'll talk to you later.
Yep. Graphics are fine. Graphics seem fine.
All right. Well, yes, we'll be rolling out a new package,
Yep.
just like all the teams in Austria this weekend. Speaking of that, I am so excited the F1 returns. I can not tell you how
Yeah.
much I'm looking forward to that. But we'll be rolling out a new graphics package, hopefully, for the new game. And as looks like we have a host
Oh boy.
issue.
Hopefully he did not quit his game. Looks like we might be in for a lobby restart.
Oh, brilliant.
Who was the host?
I believe Kraz was. So
Kraz was, yeah, he
Oh.
might have quit his game.
Well, let's hope if it migrates to.
we'll give it a moment. All right. Well, looks like new lobby will be in order. Okay.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
All right. Well, looks like
Yeah. Okay. So the host, Kraz, obviously he's having computer issues, unfortunately. But does this look like it's go? Let's go.
nope,
On my end, no. It's
nope, nope.
Okay. Yep. So apologies to everybody. Computer issues. We've all had them. So.
That is unfortunate. And we will be right back in a moment. Sorry about that, guys. And we can enjoy some exciting music.
Kaz is saying it's just a black screen.
All right,
That's what-
we are back. Apologize for that short delay. And everyone will be coming in here shortly. Hello, Secret. Codemasters did us in. Thanks everyone for the patience, as I said. As hopefully everyone is loading in now. What is happening?
I'm not sure. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
This game scares me.
It does.
Yeah, there was. I'm surprised that they don't do dedicated server options. So
Yeah.
that's, for league racing and so forth. With dedicated servers, you won't have this problem having to use public servers.
That would be...
Yeah.
Well, the way the public servers works, it works on whoever's internet is in leading. All right, so
Formation lap again.
all right,
These guys getting double warming up their tires, shall we say?
Yeah.
2 formation laps.
I don't know why. All right.
For some reason, we have 2 cars sitting on the grid.
I don't know why it shows yellows on FST, but he has softs on, so another bug on the game, I guess, suppose.
Yeah, the
Ernie.
telemetry data showing softs.
Yep, but in the game shows yellow, so there you have it, guys. So we have to
On
work
who?
with. FST, our leader.
Oh, I see softs on him. Dirty Pineapple changed his tires to medium though.
Really? My stream shows yellows on FST, but regardless, he does have softs on.
Yeah,
we'll
and
go
obviously
with
if
that.
they're out of the top 10, they can change their tires.
Yeah, so that's no problem there.
Pineapple is allowed to do that.
Okay. Well,
I think my game's still bugging out because it still shows some cars on the grid, not moving.
well, that is possible. You can get demoted from formation lap if you're a bad driver. I never had it happen to me before, but I know some people have. All right. Well, turn 1 at Belgium's always exciting, followed by Radion and New Rouge. And then, of course, as soon as you get to the end of Kemble Straight, you're hoping that everyone behind you has brakes. So the first real 4 corners, or 5 technically. I guess it's actually technically 7, if you count the slight bends in the track. It can be an exciting time for the drivers.
It looks like Pineapples has just didn't like that racing point, so he switched into the Ferrari.
I don't think he selected a car, so that might
It's not
be
a
why.
bad move though.
No, I would take a Ferrari over a Racing Point. But all right, here we go. Can I get a better camera angle, please? 5 lights. And we are away. Unfortunate camera angle there. FST gets a great start. Ramacron does not. He is down to 3rd place already as Alex and Ionides gain a position. Up the hill they go. Duck Lovers moves up. The pack as we go up Eau Rouge. Too wide there almost between the Red Bull as the Ferrari gets a great exit there. Dirty Pineapple gets a great run down the straight, and he's going to be looking to overtake several drivers. Slight contact there between the Ferrari and Toro Rosso. So far, so contact again, and we lose a little bit as Allboy is in to the wall. Slight wing damage for both of those cars, as FST now has a 1 second lead on everyone else. Let us move back up. Ramacron looks to be in a close battle. Up ahead with Ionides, goes to the inside, but not close enough as contact between Ramacron and Ionides, and he has lost his wing. Ionides, Duck Lovers is out of the race. Got caught up in that as well, and that is a wretched start for those three drivers. And Duck Lovers, back-to-back Belgian Grand Prix, is out of the
Safety
race.
car's been deployed. Yeah.
Yeah, Ionides, when he made contact there with Ramacron, he went into the left side of the wall there and then bounced back into the track and for some reason didn't ghost. It looks like Duck Lovers went straight into him.
That is unbelievably unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm down the pit lane. I'll see when they come back to the pit lane if we can pull them in for a chat.
Let's see. Ionides has damage on his right wing plate and severe damage on his left. He will hobble into the pits. The pit entrance at Spa is very tight, very hard to get into. And he will maybe go for the hard tires. We shall see. As Dirty Pineapple picks up a 5-second penalty for being in the pit lane. But really, Ramacron has to be happy about not retiring from that. That was a pretty strong impact he had with the wall there. So he has to be making his lucky stars that he is still in this race.
I'm not sure if Ramacron is still connected to the session. I think he left.
All right. Well, I know AI is controlling his car right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get talk to some drivers. So I'm just gonna make sure that they've calmed down a little bit first before we chat to them on air. Because as we know, drivers sometimes get a little upset if they're crashing out, especially in the first corners, first couple of corners up a race, and then so we'll see.
All right. All right.
I'm not really sure who was at fault.
From looking back on it, looks like Ionides had kind of gone wide there.
Yeah.
Trying to defend from Ramacron. As he re-entered the track, there was some contact. So, that might be on Ionides. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name properly, but
Yeah, it looks like he left the track, and when he came back on, he didn't see that Ramacron had already passed him on the inside.
All right. Let's see here if the... Nope. We have one more lap of the safety car, it looks like. And we have... Let's see. Well, I guess we have to sit back and relax for another lap. The safety car loops around our circuit. think the safety car was out a little bit too early for drivers to consider switching to mediums. Looks like a couple did, but not in Moss. I think you might be able to make them last 20 laps if you stretch it out, but we shall see.
Yeah, hopefully we can see on the restart, Alex and FST have a battle here. They're two of the faster drivers
Yep.
in the league, so hopefully we can still see some good racing out of this event here.
I would hope so. Obviously, with the new game, we'll be looking to add a number of drivers, hopefully. So if any one of you guys are interested, be sure to join the Discord.
Yeah, guys, I managed to find Duck.
Yep.
Again, so we've been speaking to Duck a few times already, and I'm sure that's too many times that he would not want to be speaking to you guys. But anyway, let's hear from what Duck has to say.
All right, Duck. I know you kind of probably had a front row seat to what happened there. Obviously, you might be a little upset, but keep in mind you're on air. So, I don't know. Did you see what happened in front between Ionides and Ramacron?
No, I did not. Mainly because of the incident on turn 1, which
Oh.
I broke early because whoever was in the, I believe it was the Williams, cut across me, so I was being careful, and then Eiston dive bombed down the inside Verstappen style, and then I think it was Dirty Pineapples was on the outside of me, so I just got sandwiched between the two of them.
Did you have
breaking half the front wing.
Did you have damage from that incident?
Yeah, I
Okay.
had yellow both sides. So
Okay.
so
All
then
right.
I had slow pace going through, and then I'm driving up after I don't know the corner names, and then there's just Ionides driving half backwards onto the track, and you can't do anything.
Yep.
You
Yep.
just run straight into him.
Well, sorry that happened to you. Very unfortunate. We definitely were looking forward to seeing you race this evening. But I think it gives you a good reason to delete F1 2019 from your computer tonight, maybe.
I still have one more race.
Well, if any time was as good as now, it would be a good rage delete. As we go live once more, thank you very much, Duck Lovers. Appreciate your comments, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you. As we are live once again, FSD gets a great start off of the safety car, already nearly a second up, as everyone goes up a Rouge and down the Camel Straight one more time. Let's move up to Camel as he is right behind Isotin. 2/10 does not give a look there into turn 7 and is going to bide his time to move up a position.
Yeah, I think one of the hardest things to get across as a driver is knowing when to overtake, because a lot of these times you can have an edge on the driver, but you got to realize what part of the track you're going through and how that relates to the space on the track for overtaking. So
Yep.
just because you might be able to overtake doesn't mean you necessarily should.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a pretty strong risk-reward factor, and I've had it happen to me where you go for an overtake in a kind of a tight situation, and things can go wrong quickly, unfortunately. So it's sometimes it's better to wait and for a better and safer opportunity.
Yep, live to fight another day.
All right, let's go up to Pile of Garbage. This is his first race in non-assists, as he is closing in on Alex. We'll see how fast he is. A little bit of unproven commodity. Had a good outing Saturday in the assist league, but prove his mettle against a different group of drivers here today. I think we should be expecting DRS to open up next lap, I believe. And that's probably the difference between overtakes and happening this lap or not. Just not really able to get a pace advantage down the straights quite yet.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we'll see some good overtaking and fights happening next lap. Kind of
So,
seeing
yeah.
the field spread out a bit here.
Yeah, sorry guys. Duck Lover said just informed me that he made a little mistake before. He said it was pile of garbage on the outside and Reno
All right.
and not pineapples. So
All right. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Speaking of pile of garbage, as we have a
He
yellow
just touched that inside curve there, which you cannot
and spun.
touch. Yeah, spun. Thankfully didn't lose anything but his front wing, so he'll just need to jump into the pits here.
That is one of the trickiest curbs in the game. Very easy to just touch it and you lose the rear no matter how hard you try to recover it.
Yeah, I think that curb is in every top 10 bugged curbs video for F1 2019. There's just something about it.
There's a few of those. The one in Bahrain as well, similar type corner.
Hungary as well.
Both two of those corners in Hungary will get you, as Ionize gets a great exit. Closing on Camel, goes to the inside, breaks a touch later, makes the inside corner. Good overtake there by Ionize. And we'll see who gets DRS coming up the hill. It is Camel, so he will be able to fight back here. Ionides goes to the outside, Camel to the inside. Breaks a little early, and Ionides is able to sweep around the outside, maintain his position. A little wobbly on the defense there. He needs to pick his side quicker, Ionides, for safer driving, but he maintains P4 as he closes in on Isotin ahead.
Yeah, that was almost a double move there, but close enough to be within there.
So, yeah, and down in the pits, as we expected, pile of garbage had boxed. They put a new front wing on the Renault, and he switched to the hard tires, obviously, to go to the end on a different strategy now. So,
all right, thank you. I think he probably could have made the mediums work, but we'll see with the hards, as it looks like we have three drivers now tight proximity to each other, all looking to get a move done on Isotin ahead. Well, actually, Ionize does get the move done on Isotin, and we have Camel right behind him with the slipstream in 8th gear. We'll see if he's close enough to make a move. He does. Oh, he tries a little trail braking. Gets a little adventurous, but he maintains the position. Bit of a Raikkonen overtake. I've seen that happen before, but well managed by Camel.
Yeah, that was just a full lockup right there, drifting into the corner.
Yep. Look, yeah.
But he got it done.
He did. He managed to keep the front ahead of the rear, and he will potentially have DRS on Ionides ahead, which he does. And not really close enough right now to use it, but it will close him up to 3rd position. This might be the fight, as Ara gets a 3-second time penalty. Ionides goes deep. Camel might pounce here. Not quite close enough to make a move safely, and backs out just a bit as Ionides locks up, goes wide. But it's going to be hard to overtake through these Sector 2. Sector 1 and Sector 3 are the places you have to get moves done.
Yeah. How long do you think these softs are going to be lasting?
I expect people to be coming in, 8 to 10 laps. Might be a little bit longer because we had the safety car. So
yeah.
We could see the softs extended just a bit. As FST opens up a 5-second gap on Alex. And so he looks to be well set, apart from any
So,
mistakes.
guys, looking at the telemetry data down here in the pit lane, I can see that it's looking like we're having a bit of a three-way battle up the front with Izzy, Alex, and Ionites. They're all lapping in the 147s, 148s. And you go further in the midfields, they're in the 52s. And a little further back, you're getting 54s and 55s, 58s on the different tire strategy back.
All right, so that's interesting that although there's a lead, it seems like those drivers are putting in similar lap times. So that could be interesting. Obviously, Ionides is on fresh or softs, but he will have to pit again for sure. So it's going to be interesting how that works out. As we have a yellow flag in Sector 3.
Dirty Pineapple coming out of the last corner there for the straight. Just spun.
All right, thank you very much. He looks to have slight wing damage on his right end plate, but he can't pit right now. He's got to make it to the end of the race on his tires. All right. Well, Ionides is 1.5 seconds ahead of Camel. That's kind of the race I expect to heat up a little bit throughout this race between those two drivers for third position. Obviously, everyone wants that last podium spot. But I think the next round of excitement will be the next round of pit stops. And everyone I expect to go to the medium tires for sure. And let's kind of see how that shakes out for everybody. Question for the chat. Any of you guys have any fun July 4th plans, or is everyone kind of having a chill one this year obviously to the COVID-19 situation? But
Well, I'm in lockdown in Panama, so we're not allowed to do anything.
But do they celebrate July 4th in Panama? I don't think they do. Do they?
With a lot of expat Americans that are here, yes, definitely. I do, and I usually celebrate with
Yep.
them as well. Obviously, during the situation with the lockdown, that quarantine that is occurring here,
Yep.
there will be nothing like that. If there is, it's going to be a Zoom July 4th of July party.
Well, interesting. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I know those countries are pretty popular destinations for retirees. So Costa Rica and Panama, both. So exciting. I think I'll have some burgers, watermelon, shoot a few fireworks. Nothing too exciting, but
Burgers and watermelon. That's an interesting combination.
it's traditional American picnic food.
Okay.
Outdoor food, yeah.
Yeah, outdoor picnic food. So don't judge too hard. Are watermelons a big thing in Australia?
Yeah, but not a barbecue kind of thing. You know,
Okay.
if that's what you're referring to, like you know,
Okay.
obviously, as you say, throw a
As-
shrimp on the barbecue.
As Camel gets a little bit sideways there with his soft tires, and Ionize is able to open up that gap now to by another second, and looks like he is comfortably in third place as of this moment. But both Toro Rosso's having a good run of it right now, first and fourth, so they will definitely be looking to continue their strong lead in the Constructors' Championship right now.
Camel's pitting.
All right, let's go on board with Camel to see what... Is he pit? It's all right, I'm on Ionides. Let's go to Camel,
Yep.
and
In the slow pit lane, you can see the pit crews out there ready. They're really quick. No mistakes onto the mediums, and he's out already.
we'll see where he comes out. It looks like he'll come out ahead of Dirty and just behind Ara, which she would be looking to overtake. So drops down 2 positions, medium tires, and we'll see if he gets much of an undercut, actually. That could be...
Oh,
Was it
Ara.
Ara
Rouge
is...
just claimed another one.
And that is very unfortunate timing for Camel. Just had pitted on the mediums, and that will hurt him as the leaders will be going into the pits this lap for sure. Basically getting a free pit stop.
We have the safety car out because of Ari's crash. Looks like Ari crashed out of Eau Rouge, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
So those
I'll
soft
see if I
tires
can
were
catch
getting a little
up with him
slick.
later.
Yep. And I think that might be the first retirement we've seen from out now for a male car for a while. So,
Yeah.
unfortunate
They've
for
been
them.
usually hanging around for the points at the end of races.
Yep, that's their strategy.
Looks like they'll have to rely on Isogen.
Well, with the second
This time.
safety car of the day, that puts us on the 11th lap, halfway through this Belgian Grand Prix. And safety car will bunch everyone back up, and we'll see where that goes from there. Hopefully get some fun racing with everyone gathering back up together again. As the medium tires go on to FST, and he is set to come back in the lead as the safety car is waiting for him at the exit of the pits. See if we can get R in here to chat about that. Rouge claims another victim, as it is prone to do. But kind of as a second topic in the chat, how excited are you guys from 1 to 10 for the Austrian Grand Prix this Sunday? I know it's I think FP1 is a bit early for me to catch on Friday, but I'll be sure to catch FP2 early that morning at I think 7 or 8 o'clock for me. And just to see the cars on the track once more will be a lot of fun. So hope you guys are excited as I am for that. It's been far too long of a wait for racing.
I'm completely stoked.
Yep. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I really do hope Red Bull is able to. The first three races of the season really do favor Red Bull over Mercedes, with Austria twice, once in the dry, once in the wet. It looks like I was looking at the weather forecast earlier today. Then Hungary, which is obviously a high downforce track, which suits Red Bull. So I think they're looking to maybe get 75 points for Mr. Verstappening, and kind of put Mercedes under the cosh early on. But I think that's the dream. We'll see how likely that is to happen. Any thoughts on that?
You have no faith in Albano?
Oh, I definitely think Albon will get a podium for sure. Maybe a win this year. We'll see. But it's always a question mark every season. Will this be the year they can't compete, or they struggle to compete?
I managed to catch up with Aria.
Yep.
Down the lane. So Aria, sorry about your retirement. Would you like to explain what happened?
Yeah, just I got distracted by the dumbest thing. I saw Kamal come up right behind me out of the pits, and for some reason it's just I looked in the mirrors a little too much, didn't look at the track.
That is very unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that, but
it happens.
But Rouge, you gotta be paying attention that's the one corner you gotta be paying attention for.
I know. So annoying.
Well,
but yeah.
That puts us into the summer break, obviously. So a few weeks off before we go to Austria ourselves in the end of July. Got any fun plans? You're going to be practicing a lot on the new game, or?
I'm gonna take 2 weeks completely off the game. I'm gonna do about a 3,200-mile road trip myself. So.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna step away.
Well,
from virtual driving.
Yeah, that sounds like you got a good plan for your summer break, and definitely hope you guys have safe travels and have a good trip.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for stopping by, and have a great break, and we'll look forward to seeing you in Austria.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, take care. All right, so that was Ara, and just goes to show it doesn't take much. You gotta have razor sharp focus at all times on track. Otherwise, you'll get caught out. So, unfortunate for him, but he hopefully will have a good trip and a good break. As will all of us. So, safety car is still out. So looks like we have a collision with Allboy.
We had contact, with Allboy and Dirty Pineapple.
And he lost part of his wing. Let's see if Dirty Pineapple got any damage. I don't think so, because it's probably on the rear. It looks fine. So,
does that mean where the safety car is going to be out? Or
it should come in, I would hope. But back to real life. You guys think that Red Bull can do it, or is Ferrari sandbagging galore? Or?
The Austrian track is basically always covered with a sea of orange when Verstappen's there. Although there won't be any fans this time, obviously. But I think that will be in the back of Verstappen's mind as well, because last year he drove absolutely amazing in that track, and he loves it. And I think with the fan boost, he's going to obviously have an online fan boost now post Corona. But I think Red Bull definitely have a shot. It's their track. As we see it, we've just got an announcement. The safety car will be in this lap.
Excellent.
As they're now approaching the final sector. So well, let's wait and see. It'd be good to mix it up because Mercedes are a great team, but we also get a little tired of them winning all the time.
Definitely. I know they had severe cooling issues last year, which limited their speed. So we'll see if they were able to fix that, or they had this in mind for next year, or maybe they figured, hey, it's only one race, so we don't have to worry about it too much. And now it's 2 races. As the safety car is in, we'll see where Alex sends him off here in a moment.
I'm still thinking it's going to be a Williams 1-2.
Probably get good money on that bet. As we are green, FST is on the go. Gets a good jump on the cars behind as they go into the first corner. And Ionides gets a good run on Alex coming out of turn 1. Don't try it, buddy. He backs out like a smart man would, but he's right behind Alex as they go down the Kemmel Straight. Goes to the outside, switcheroo. Good move there. And not quite. Tries to hang out around the outside. Has to back out just slightly. Good racing between those two. Put the switcheroo on. Well done. As he locks up, goes down the outside. Alex keeps the inside line and will keep second position. But this is an exciting duel now as Camel looks to join the excitement as well. Brave place to attempt an overtake as Ionides goes wide, probably picks up a warning there, and backs off a bit. That causes him to lose some position as Camel now is right on his tail coming through Sector 2, and he'll just want to be as close as possible here, get the power down. Little, as Ionides goes wide, that makes him so he has to lift. Camel has the outside line, has the extra speed. But doesn't seem to be able to quite, as he goes to the inside in the braking zone, but not close enough to make a move done. Good defense by Ionides as Alex is able to take advantage of him needing to defend and opens up a 1.6 second lead.
Yeah, during that race restart, Alboy had boxed, so he was on the hard tires. He could have gone to the end, but he decided there's too much off the pace, so he boxed and went to the softs.
Yeah.
So he's in last place.
He had a broken wing as well, so it makes sense to switch to the softs, and those should be at the last end of the race, no problem. As Camel now is 2/10 down on Ionides. Trying to use the slipstream as best as he can. Ionides is weaving. Goes to the outside. Camel to the inside. Brakes a bit early. Mounts the curb, and that loses him traction. And he's going to stay in 4th position now through Sector 2. I think we've seen a couple... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Iceton as well is only like half a second behind there, so you might be looking to pounce on a mistake ahead.
Definitely. I think, some drivers don't like a three-way train, DRS train is what they call it, but for the guy behind, there's always a chance something can happen. Some sparks can fly between the two ahead, and you can gain a couple spots for free. So, obviously we want drivers to have good, clean racing, but it's always in the back of your mind. If that's what would be in my mind if I was Iceton.
Izzy's setting blistering pace right now. He's got the fastest first and second sector. Most likely he's going to come across the line and set the fastest lap again and continue to build that gap right now, which is 4.2. I assume it'll probably be 4.5 by the end of this sector, as he will come across and cross the line. And there it is.
All right.
Fastest lap.
Yeah, I
as
think he's
Camel.
putting up like a second and a couple tenths a lap.
Yeah, it's really impressive. And as we have a spin, Dirty Pineapple coming out of the last chicane, loses the rear, tries to get the accelerator down too hard, and loses an end plate. And those are going to be hot now. Unfortunate for him. Bit too eager on the power.
He's going to have to watch it through Eau Rouge.
As DRS is now enabled, and Camel hits the button. The flap opens up in the back. Approaching Ionides. Onto the grass goes Camel. Ionides a bit aggressive with his defense, I will say.
Yeah. Seeing a little too much weaving for my liking, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Could just be the game glitching.
As he goes wide, Camel sticks his nose in, but he's going to be outside for the next corner, and Ionides is going to have the inside line and maintain his lead. This is heating up for sure. Everyone wants 4th position, and we have 7 laps to go. He's right on his tail.
Yeah, you just gotta stay this close to that 3rd sector.
As Ionides doesn't really hit the apex of the corner there very well, and that might cost him a little bit, though he needs to get a good exit. And Camel is a bit back as Ramacron overtakes Dirty Pineapple in the back, moves up to 6th position.
Yeah,
As-
Ramacron is the ghosted car.
All right,
As well,
well.
from the retirement.
Stay on board with Camel as he will look to try one more time down the straight.
Like
With
we
the
had Alpha
DRS,
spinning.
the DRS, it's called the drag reduction system. For those that are not familiar with it, the rear wing, kind of like a letterbox, opens up, and it gives them about, I think in this circuit, probably about 10, 15 kilometers an hour more speed. As Pineapple's stroking
All
again.
right, well, Camel has a great run now on Ionides. Down the straight they go. Ionides sticks to the inside line. Camel to the outside. Breaks early. Ionides goes deep, but times it well. And good defense by Ionides. Camel just can't quite make that move stick. Sorry about that. I'm running over my words right now.
Yeah, he's just gotta get these exits out of the corners slightly better.
And Pineapple has boxed again. Pile of garbage is in the box, and Alboy. So
All right.
we must have some trying to see. Pineapple had to replace the front wing. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't quite. The pit lane's quite long, so I couldn't quite cover all of them at once. They're
No
both
problem.
back out. So yeah, all on softs once again.
Looks like Camel's dropping a little bit back from Ionides, and we'll see. I don't know if he's used up a bit more tire. He obviously has 1 lap older than Ionides, so that could be something. But he'll need to close that gap back up again if he wants to get DRS. All right. Well, Toro Rosso's 1st and 4th, 6.5 second lead by FST on Alex. And both the top 2 positions are pretty secure right now with 5 laps to go. Bottom 3 there on the fresh softs. Maybe looking to get a fast lap. We shall see if we're able to get that. As Camel does close up the gap there. Bit of a mistake by Ionides through the bus stop chicane. And he will have another run on Ionides. As Ionides goes a little bit wide there. DRS, and he'll just looking to close the gap here on this lap, get back up behind the gearbox of Ionides in front.
So I just checked in with race control. I'll give you an update there on the penalty situations. So Alex in P2 has 3 seconds of time penalties. Ionides in P3 has 6 seconds of time penalties, and then back to P8, pile of glue, and that's it for the time penalties.
All right, so Camel really just has to stay within 6 seconds, it looks like, to get the last podium position. So really the bonus is on Ionides to get the move, not the move done, but to pull away, which he doesn't seem to be able to do. So
Yeah, he seemed to be doing that last lap, but he's had a couple corner exits that have been a bit squirrely. So he's lost that time now again to Camel.
A little bit too much curb there by Camel on that last corner. Compromises exit. Looks like he has a good run now in I-9s with the slipstream. No DRS obviously down this straight. Or it's not technically straight, but it's flat out for these modern cars. And we'll be right up on him as I-9s misses the apex a little bit deep, and that is going to compromise his exit just a touch. So, obviously Camel would like to get a move done here and then hope that Alex can pick up another time penalty. Maybe sneak P2, but that might be wishful thinking for sure. 6/10 down, not going to be close enough in this case again. He seems to be struggling on his exits out of turn 1, and that is compromising his overtaking attempts as we have a yellow in sector 2 and 3.
Dirty Pineapple.
And that is Dirty Pineapple struggling.
He's been struggling all day. Even after changing the car from the Racing Point into the Ferrari, he's still not happy even with the Ferrari. So I think at this point he might be just thinking about retiring the car. Or,
I mean, you gotta stick around, you'll still get 2 points.
That's true, exactly, yeah. But he's just, and he's probably having fun as well, like, to himself, like, probably just like, okay, I'm having one of those races, fair enough. But, obviously making sure that he's trying to keep the track clear and stuff like that too, to respect the other drivers who are as easy right now will be coming around to lap him.
Yep. You keep on calling him easy. It always throws me off because it's FST. He's FST.
FST. My apologies. And how do you think this is going to affect the championship?
As
Obviously,
we have a
FST.
safety car out, I'm not sure. As Dirty Pineapple looks like
boxed.
he DNF'd in the pit lane.
Into the pit lane. Yeah, into the pit lane.
He probably damaged his wing, and that's a tight corner to make it out of. And we'll see if anyone goes for a tire change. Alex is in the pits for a tire change.
That was the luckiest safety car for Alex because he had just spun there in sector 3.
Really?
Yeah.
So he is going to drop down a couple places, but with those fresh softs, he hopes maybe to have 2 laps to catch up.
So yeah, if he can box and be out, and stay and not lose a position right now. So as he does, he's out now on the softs once again, obviously, and so he will remain in P5.
All right. Well, that's an interesting twist, and that safety car near the end of the race will really punish the drivers who have time penalties so far. So
Yeah.
that bunches everyone up. The time penalties equal more positions, and they're not going to be happy about that. But that's the you're pushing, trying to gain that extra few second, tenth or few in a lap, and if you're not careful, it can bite you pretty harshly.
Do you think that we'll actually have a lap of racing or a safety car just for the rest of this race?
No, I think it'll be in after on the 20th, hopefully.
We have a solid minute in between some of these.
They are pretty bunched out in the track right now. We have 3-4 cars in sector 2, 1 car in
I'm
sector
seeing
1,
like
2 in sector
around a
2.
minute and a half between 4 and 8.
You might have one lap then, which would be pretty exciting. I've never seen a race end under safety car within the game, so that would be a first, but we shall see. I guess the real question is, does FST want to try to... He has a gap. If I were him, I would pit right now, and yes, indeed he does. He will be going for the softs, and we'll see if he's able to come out.
He should. He had an 18.4 second gap, so
It's
that
close.
is about time, but
It's gonna be
no,
close.
the guys are now approaching
As
the bus
they're
stop.
on the bus stop, so this could be tight, depending on...
Line, I'd say, hitting as well.
Oh, is he? So...
Yeah.
Camel
Okay.
is not the...
Oh,
so
that's an
Camel could
interesting
take the lead
strategy.
here.
I would have
Camel
probably
is not pitting, and he will... this is
he's not.
close.
He's not going to.
He is just comes out behind FST. That was tight. And
I was gonna say
FST will have the fresh softs, and Camel will going to be need to do some defense for the last lap. to keep
Yeah, I mean,
P2.
that's good. That's a good strategy call there, and it would also be sad that FST would lose a position after dominating this race as well. He's probably getting sick of building this gap and then having it completely destroyed under the third safety car. So
Yep.
obviously he's been building good leads to second place, but every time he builds that lead up, the safety car comes out, he loses that. So at least he got lucky on this one with the safety car. Has fresh boots. Probably now he already has the fastest lap. So let's see. I'm sure he's going to
Yep.
want to get an even faster lap and really demonstrate his pace. Very good, obviously, for the Toro Rosso team. So they're P1 and P2 right now.
The thing that surprises me most is seeing an Alfa Romeo in a podium place right now. I didn't think I'd see that in this season, but there he is. And he's going to have a couple fast drivers behind him. Alex Ionides trying to get past. So he'll need his defense, make his car as wide as possible to defend on those medium tires versus those fresh softs. And we'll see if the safety car comes in this lap or not. I would hope so.
It might be out Pilov. What's Pilov? Garbage is slow out of Rouge. So I wonder if he's pulled off the side of the track.
I do not know.
He's resumed speed again. So something's happened there. He was really slow after a Rouge.
Maybe, I don't know, is there Delta? There shouldn't be Delta time, I don't think, at this point, but I guess you never know.
Better not be.
All right,
They're
well,
still-
we are geared up for an exciting last... Oh, safety car is in this lap, so we will
goodness.
have 2 laps to the end of the race. Everyone's bunched up. Combination of fresh tires for some, worn on others. It should be an exciting last few minutes for sure as FST bunches up the back. Toro Rosso, 1-2 position, split their strategies between the drivers, pitting and not pitting, and we'll see how that works out for both of them.
All the top 3 drivers have no penalties, so their track positions will be exactly as they will finish the race, pending no future penalties.
Isotin could afford to let Alex and Ionides by potentially, as long as he stays within 3 seconds, and get that last podium position. As we are green, FST sets off. Camel has a good lap. Alex is already close up behind as Ionides goes deep into the corner. Slight contact there between Isotin, between the Haas and the Williams. Stays in 4th position as they go up a Rouge. And Isotin might make a move here, defending, trying to get back into P3. Ahead, breaks a touch early, goes a bit wide, and that might put him in the paws of Alex behind, who obviously has those fresh softs. So Isotin lost the position and is already defending against Alex, as Camel is very happy. All the fighting between those 3 drivers has given him a nice 1.5-second lead on the car ahead, behind.
Yeah. Isotin, to me, doesn't need to battle that much because he's also on older tires, 10-lap old mediums, but obviously with Ionides with a 6-second penalty, he obviously just has to keep within 6 seconds and he will earn the 3rd place on the podium.
All right. And this is where the grip advantage is going to help for Alex out of this corner here. Down the straight, you can already tell he has a significant speed advantage as around they come down the curve. Isotin defends slightly to the inside. Alex might have to lift a touch. He wouldn't have wanted to do that, as he picks up a 3-second time penalty for that. Down the inside, Isotin gives him plenty of room, defends into as they touch again. And that 3-second penalty, obviously he already had 6 seconds, but
Yeah, he has 6 now. Yes, that's correct.
he
So
really
now,
has no need to pass Isotin.
he doesn't. He's already got a solid P5 because Pilot glues further down the track, and he also has 13 seconds of penalties. So
Let's go up to Ionides, who's closed the gap on Camel. 1 lap to go. No DRS, so you gotta get it done on your race car. And he's not gonna be able to get the move done here at the end of the Camel straight. Camel goes defensive, mounts the curb quite high there, does Ionides. and a bit cautious now starting into Sector 2. But he'll have more grip here in Sector 2, and he might be able to get really close here. As he goes down the inside. I don't think there was any contact. A bold move by I9s as he's going to be a little bit compromised down through here. And he goes wide, and Camel comes back through. Good racing between the two of them. Camel keeps P2 for now. And I9s is going to... So we have a yellow. I'm not sure what that's for.
Oh boy.
I9s is
I'll
going
blame
to
back.
put it all right here. Fuel on high, ERS on high. Way faster, wildly, nearly
my.
ending his race. That would have been absolutely tragic.
And
Be careful, buddy.
FST is about to cross the line as our race winner.
And Camel goes inside. Good move. I9's to the outside, locks up just a bit. He is
Buddy.
through into P2, goes wide. Camel excitedly gets on the accelerator. Unable to pass, but he'll go up into second place on penalties. And that is as Isotin must have picked up some penalties, it looks like, because he stays in P5. So, what an exciting conclusion there from the race. That was intense between those three drivers. FST is a 4-time race winner in Lights Out Racing, and Camel is second, so brilliant set of points there for Toro Rosso, and they'll be happy with that. Ionides gets a podium. I believe that's his first podium of the season. Congratulations to him. Brave overtake there at the end. Brave overtake. Exciting racing, and he'll be happy to spray the champagne on the podium for sure.
Yep, also setting the fastest lap as well as expected on that fresh rubber. So 144.8.
Is that FST?
He was FST, yep.
All right.
That was at least 3 seconds quicker than almost so two seconds quicker than most of the other drivers' fastest lap. So very dominating. He's going to obviously a very dominating end to the 2019 game. I wonder now if these other guys with the 2020 game can gain some sort of advantage and put the challenge to FST.
Yeah.
Who's running away with this championship right now.
Yep, but definitely exciting for the second and third spots in the championship standings. There's a number of drivers there who have plenty of good opportunities. As you can see, it was like Iceland picked up a 5-second penalty there for unserved time penalty. That's why he stayed in P5. We will be right back with some interviews with the Toro Rosso boys, hopefully, and we'll be back in a moment. Thank you very much. All right. Well, we are joined here by the P1, P2, the two Toro Rosso drivers. We'll start with FST. That's your fourth win. Obviously, not quite in a row, but fourth win so far out of 5 races. You had to, the safety cars kind of bunched everyone back up again, but you were the fastest of the bunch. So, how were you excited about that win? Were you expecting it?
Oh, today, perfect run.
Perfect race. So obviously, we're going to have a summer break now, a few-week break before the next race in the new game F1 2020 in Austria. Are you looking forward to the new F1 game?
Looking forward to.
Uh, do you think are you confident in Austria? Do you think after the summer break, you can come back and gain a 5th win?
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Congratulations, FST. That is 26 points for you today. Good job, and have a great break, and we'll see you in Austria.
Thank you, Kamehameha.
All right.
Thank you, FST.
Thank
yeah,
you.
To our audience out there, FST is Japanese, so obviously he's great that he can speak English, but obviously his English isn't as elaborate.
Second language.
Yes,
But we're
exactly.
happy to have him in
He
racing.
demonstrates his skills on track.
For sure. Camel, P2 there. Good race from you. There was, I think that position was with an interesting strategy call there at the end of the race where you stayed out when the safety car came out and everyone else around you pitted for softs. So kind of what was your mindset with that decision?
Yeah, I'm still catching my breath. Uh, when the safety car came out, it was on lap 18, I think. So it was probably going to be like 2 laps out. So when the was going to be restarted, it was probably going to be only 2 laps, and that's what happened. I saw that everyone was going to the peaks. Alex, FST,
Mm-hmm.
Ionite that was in front of me. So I mean, the one that was in front of me, Ionite, was running a lower downforce. It was very fast on the straights, so I had to try something different. Everyone went to the pit, so I stayed out in the track.
Yeah, there was a good battle between you and Ionides for a number of laps there, but yeah, you weren't quite able to catch him even with DRS there. But really good strategy move for you, and that is that your first podium of the season?
I think I got 3rd place on Canada and no podium after that.
All right, so
I'm very happy.
Second podium of the season. You looking forward to the new F1 2020 game coming out?
Yeah, totally. I can't wait.
All right. How confident are you in Austria?
Well, Austria is one of my best tracks, so
all right.
That will be a pretty nice race.
All right. Well,
maybe I'll win.
Maximum points for the Toro Rosso team, soon to be AlphaTauri, here in a couple weeks. Congratulations on P2, your second podium and your Hall of Points, and hope you have a great summer break. And we'll see you in Austria. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that is it from us tonight. That is the first half of the Non-Assist League season so far. We'll be transitioning to the new F1 2020 game, obviously, later in July after our summer break. If any of you guys are interested in racing in either our Non-Assist or Assist League, you can find our Discord information in our Twitch description. We will have one more race before the first half of the season is officially over on Thursday. Assist 2 will be racing in Belgium, so that should be some fun fireworks the day before July 4th. And after our summer break, we'll be back on July 18th with the new F1 2020. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope all of you have a great July 4th and a great summer break, and we'll be back shortly. Thank you very much, and take care.